The mythical phoenix is a long-living and immortal bird. It constructs its own funeral pyre, sets it ablaze with a single flap of its wings, and rises gloriously from the ashes. The question is, how does this immortal creature know when to begin this remarkable cycle? Does the mythical phoenix bird actually exist, or is it just a myth? What is the deeper meaning behind the phoenix's symbolism of renewal, rebirth, and destruction? Join us as we delve into the origins, symbolism, and enduring fascination of the mythical bird as we uncover the mysteries that surround it. I no longer feared the darkness once I knew the phoenix in me would rise from the ashes. William C. Hannon mythical creatures, beings of folklore and mythology, possess supernatural powers spanning from friendly to malicious, defying rational explanation even today. These creatures are widespread throughout the world and throughout history. They go beyond being merely talkative beings, evolving into cunning creatures akin to Aesop's fables, where wisdom and wittiness intertwine. The concept of life coming to an end and then being reincarnated into a better existence is a recurring theme throughout mythology and folklore. Hey, have you ever wondered which story takes the crown as the most celebrated illustration of this theme in mythology and folklore? Among these tales, perhaps none is more renowned than that of the legendary phoenix, an extraordinary creature often hailed as the sole specimen of its kind. Ever since the dawn of civilization, men have praised the phoenix. Persian, Egyptian, Greco-Roman, and Jewish mythology are among those that mention the majestic beast. Around the world and throughout time, many different languages, folklores, and cultures have all referred to a long-living, immortal bird. This extraordinary creature has healing abilities and renews itself, or gives birth to a successor from flames. The phoenix is depicted as a majestic bird with bright red, purple, and yellow decorations that represent the sun's rising and fire. It is comparable to an eagle or a peacock. It frequently has a brilliant halo around it that heightens its celestial presence. It has sapphire-like blue eyes. Despite being depicted as being the size of an eagle, the creature was capable of flying while holding elephants in its claws. Another talent of this animal was its tears, which had the power to heal any injury or ailment. The phoenix also has the ability to cover itself in flames. Does its origin lie in the realms of Greek mythology, or are its roots woven into the tapestry of Egyptian lore? It is still unclear whether Greek or Egyptian mythology contains the phoenix's origins. Both cultures appear to have connected the enormous bird to the sun, the god who rules the sun, or the sun's realm. Historians disagree on whether phoenix is from Greek or Egyptian mythology. The origin of the phoenix myth remains enigmatic, with no definitive source. Egyptian mythology introduces a phoenix-like bird known as the Bennu, a heron-like figure symbolizing the sun, creation, and rebirth. The phoenix is shown as a mythical Arabian bird with a distinctive purple color in the 12th century Aberdeen bestiary from England. The rarity of purple, which is reserved for royalty, adds to its allure. The myth of the phoenix evolved with Roman civilization towards Christianity, from signifying the assumed immortality of the Roman Empire to representing the resurrection of Christ. While there are many different perspectives, the Greek origin is generally preferred. We explore its emergence in written human history, pinpointing where and when this mythical narrative first took flight. How did this mythical bird become a rebirth symbol? Let's dig deeper and find out its profound link to the symbolism of rebirth and renewal. The 5th century Greek historian Herodotus revealed the story of a crimson and golden bird. This majestic creature, about the size of an eagle, rose from its father's body and buried him at the Temple of the Sun. Later on, the myth of the phoenix, which Pliny the Elder depicted as being similar to a heron in his Natural History in 77 CE, enriched Egyptian culture. But here's the amazing twist. This creature's immortality is what really justifies all of the praise it receives. This bird showcased a lifespan stretching a remarkable 9 times longer than that of a crow, as if it held the keys to a timeless existence. Only one phoenix could exist at a time, according to both the Greeks and the Egyptians. They both had extraordinarily lengthy lifespans. Some tales claim they could live up to 500 years, while others claim they might live for 1,000 years or more. But what about the idea that the ultimate shortcut to everlasting life is to eat a phoenix? Check out what happened in the end. The phoenix's myth of immortality was so powerful that the young and eccentric Roman Emperor Elagabalus wanted to eat a phoenix to become immortal. His servants looked for the animal but could not find anything. To avoid coming back empty-handed, they served the emperor a bird of paradise. But the power of immortality is not contained in the meat of the bird of paradise. The ruler's encounter with the Praetorian Guard, which came just 2 years after enjoying that delight, dashed any dreams of his recent discovery of immortality. How do different cultural versions of the Phoenix tales differ? How did the Phoenix become a universal representation of rebirth and renewal? One interpretation of the Phoenix story states that the Phoenix built a nest out of myrrh, sage, and cinnamon when it realized its demise was imminent and then set it on fire, leaving nothing but ashes in its wake. From the pile of ashes, a new phoenix arises, young and powerful. It then collected the last of the previous bird's ashes and placed them in a myrrh egg. This egg was brought to Heliopolis, Egypt, and set on the sun altar there. Its ashes could bring the dead back to life. What about the longevity of the phoenix from its celestial origins to its terrestrial renewal? According to another myth, the phoenix was immortal because it lived in paradise with the gods and had to descend to earth to complete its life cycle. A spark would fall from the sun to the earth, igniting the phoenix. The charioteer in charge of the rising sun would pause to listen once the bird had reached earth and had sung a final song so hauntingly beautiful. The new bird's resurrection birth would occur within 3 days, according to this version of the story. Another tale claims that the phoenix loses many of its feathers on the journey to the mortal world and sets itself on fire, only to be reborn. Many myths share a common belief that the phoenix's comeback takes 3 days, much like a short story with a beginning, middle, and happy ending. William Shakespeare frequently included references to the bird in his plays. He also penned the poem titled The Phoenix and the Turtle. Shakespeare, who is well known for quoting Greco-Roman literature in many of his works. Both the historical play Henry VIII by William Shakespeare and the epic poem Inferno by Italian poet Dante include phoenixes. The bird appears in works like Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix in contemporary popular culture. The persistent use of old myths to shed light on the secrets of nature and life's cycles is much like a guiding star persisting through the night. The phoenix, which Greek and Egyptian historians initially referred to as an immortal bird, has come to stand for a variety of things. It signifies the resurrection of Christ and the reconstruction of San Francisco after the disastrous earthquake in 1906. Modern pop culture, like the Harry Potter series and celebrity tattoos of the phoenix after major life changes, provides evidence of the symbolism's enduring power. We've all encountered the tenacious phoenix spirit along the way, teaching us the power of rising again in the face of adversity and challenges. Rising again embodies the phoenix's potent ethos, regardless of circumstances. Remarkably, the phoenix embodies numerous virtues, including leadership, personal management, motivation, faith, and goal setting. At its core, the phoenix plays the role of a symbolic sculptor, chiseling the raw stone of personal transformation into a masterpiece. What are some examples of mythological birds appearing in cultures beyond the phoenix? Native American cultures have the thunderbird as a representation of strength, power, and protection. The firebird is described in Russian folklore as a sign of magic and uniqueness. The firebird is thought to be an inhabitant of the sky, just like in Greek and Egyptian cultures. The mythical bird in Judaism, known as milcham or chal, resided in Eden's garden. He was the only animal to avoid temptation, and he was given eternal life. At times, it seems the phoenix's myth might have taken a back seat in the grand parade of history, its significance momentarily dimming like a distant star. Nevertheless, its symbolism has always been able to be refreshed, just like the mythical bird. Even today, the phoenix remains a worldwide representation of rebirth and the beginning of a new cycle. What lessons has the phoenix taught people as they ascended through times of change? Comment below.